But speaking of the fever, did any of you guys see yesterday what NaLyssa Smith was doing? Like, I got it. Like, NaLyssa Smith genuinely appreciate that thought. Thank you. But she genuinely looked like. Do you remember what fans kind of hoped NaLyssa Smith was going to be? Do you remember every time she played for the Fever, it was like, okay, mate, is NaLyssa Smith going to be good? Like, oh, she has to start because eventually she'll come good. She's going to look like an all-star. Yeah, NaLyssa Smith is finally looking like that player. And am I annoyed that NaLyssa Smith couldn't undo that for the Fever? Am I alive? Did something happen? Just in general, I'd rather go live. I feel like going live and recording these videos is better than kind of sitting there doing nothing. And it makes me more productive and gets videos out quicker. But with NaLyssa, like, she was nearly unplayable for Indiana by the end. Like, she was nearly unplayable. And she's now looking like a player that, when she leaves the Aces, which is probably going to be next year, is going to get a big money move to a team and be a first or second option. And I have to say, like, she did the best thing for her. She was in a situation where, they want her to thrive in Vegas, where she doesn't have to be, the main story, where age is there, where it's a good team who play to her strengths, and she's not in the media light. She is a player that really, you can tell, lets the outside noise affect her. Like, when she played for the Fever, it was very clear she let that outside noise affect her. When she played for the Wings, it was very clear she did. But, like, we're now looking here at a player that is clearly levels above what we saw in Indiana. Like, look at her sprinting the floor. Like, we saw flashes of this. We saw flashes of this player. Like, those one-handed double pump layups never went in Indiana. She went for them all the time. But, like, this is the player that went number 2. Is she better than Shakira Austin? No. Does she go number 2 in a redraft in 2022? No. But this is why she went number 2. This is why, prior to 2024, people were like, okay, she is, like, she's going to be an all-star soon in this league. And there's a reason why people were as excited for Caitlin to play with NaLyssa Smith as play with Aaliyah Boston. But it's unfortunate that, had to be gone from the Fever to do it. But I also don't think we see this version of NaLyssa Smith for the Fever. I think we see a worse version of what Natasha Howard was last year. That being said, I think she's still better than what Monique Billings has shown this year. Monique Billings has shown nothing. She's shown nothing. But NaLyssa Smith is, like, she's doing what she was supposed to have been doing when she came into the league. And I got to give credit where credit is due to her family as much as anything. Like, as much as people were like, they put an unfair target on her back, when things were going really, really wrong, they were the loudest people supporting her. And people were saying Smith's ego is what stood in her way in 2024. No, it wasn't. NaLyssa Smith just couldn't deal with the outside noise, and it didn't help that Dijonais didn't help. Like, for the Indiana Fever, they, as a team, they stay off social media as much as possible. But, like, while they stay off social media as much as humanly possible, which is true, Dijonais Carrington is chronically online. So obviously, she's not going to be able to dodge that. She's not going to be able to miss out on the Dijonais Carrington questions. She's not going to be able to miss out on the discourse because of Dijonais Carrington. And Dijonais Carrington openly, had her hatred towards just everything Caitlin Clark related, and I happened to be on a team with NaLyssa Smith. But then there was a lot of weird things with NaLyssa Smith as well, like her nearly getting into a fight with Erica Wheeler because Erica Wheeler got into it with Dejanay. It was when they were on the same team. It was weird. But none of that matters. Like, she might actually be an all-star. Like, there is a world where NaLyssa Smith is an all-star. And I don't know what way the coaches have with their favoritism, but, like, she's been better this season than Dearica Hamby. Like, might I even say she's been as good this season as Nneka Ogwumike? Like, she might actually be. And if not, like, I think it's fair to assume that at some stage NaLyssa Smith is going to be an all-star. Because I think when she gets off Vegas, she's going to go and actually have the ability to kind of show off this type of game plenty of times. Like, especially because there are plenty of plate-setting point guards out there. Tons of them, by the way. There are tons of plate-setting point guards. That will basically just, put the ball on the platter for her. And for her to finish. And her finishing, she's leading the league in field goal percentage. Like, NaLyssa is averaging, I think, is she averaging like 11 a game or something? She's averaging 12 points per game on ridiculous shooting splits, by the way. On 70% from the field. And somehow is now a good defender. Like, it's not a crazy thing to predict all-star for this year for NaLyssa Smith. And if not this year, like, I'm just trying to think of any... Fuck it. I'm just trying to think what team she could go to next year. Like, even if you go to... Like, you don't want to go to Portland. You don't want to have a downhill driving point guard. But I don't even know what other players you can really look at, or what other teams you can look at. If she wants to just keep... Yeah, he's can't afford her next year. Because there's no way she's making less than $700K. But... yeah, it is. I'm happy because even though I didn't rate her very highly at the Fever, statistically, again, the difference between the Fever being terrible and the best team in the league was her being on the floor. That being said, she's figuring it out. She's figured it out, and by all accounts was an extremely nice human being. So I'm glad she is succeeding. But someone said maybe some players can't handle the spotlight and the pressure playing with Caitlin Clark. Exactly. Like, nearly every single thing that went wrong with NaLyssa Smith in Indiana was... with NaLyssa Smith and the Indiana Fever fans was caused by Twitter. It was caused by Twitter. She would be making cryptic tweets that everyone thought had to do with the Fever. She's currently... Caitlin Clark was in the midst of breaking the all-time assist record, and she tweeted out, Chelsea Gray is the best passer in the WNBA. I'm like, it's fine doing that now. You're Chelsea Gray's teammate. But, like, it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm glad seeing NaLyssa Smith doing well, I guess. See you guys.